Strictly Come Dancing is back. Glitter, sequins, smiles, and Saturday night family fun. But this year, one man has already managed to turn the sparkle into scandal. His name? Thomas Skinner. The 34-year-old Apprentice star, businessman, and self-styled Bosch King was unveiled as one of Strictly's big signings. And within hours, he did something no contestant in the show's history has ever done. He stormed out of the press launch. That's right. Before he's even stepped onto the dance floor, Skinner has thrown the entire series into chaos. But who exactly is Thomas Skinner? Why are Strictly bosses standing by him after this bizarre meltdown? And what does his signing say about the direction of the show itself? We're breaking it all down. But first, make sure you hit subscribe right now. We bring you daily deep dives into the biggest celebrity scandals and TV controversies, and you won't want to miss what happens when Strictly finally hits our screens next week. Let's get into it. The press event at Elstree Studios was supposed to be smooth sailing, a chance for journalists to meet the celebrities, take photos, and drum up excitement for the launch. Instead, it turned into a circus. Skinner sat next to football legend Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank as the questions began. A female journalist asked him what had prompted him to take part in Strictly. Standard stuff. But Skinner noticed she was recording him on her phone, something every journalist does at these events. He snapped, "What's that?" he bellowed before grabbing the reporter's phone off the table. The journalist, stunned, demanded he give it back. After a brief tussle, she managed to retrieve it. But by then, Skinner had had enough. He announced, "I'm not doing this," stood up, and stormed out. Panic set in. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank was whisked away by BBC escorts. Producers frantically tried to track Skinner down, and within minutes the headlines had written themselves. Thomas Skinner storms out of Strictly press launch. Crisis talks over controversial signing. And the biggest question of all, would he even be allowed to stay on the show? The meltdown couldn't have come at a worse time for Strictly. Fans were already bombarding the BBC with complaints about Skinner's casting. Why? Because this isn't just about a fiery personality, it's about politics. Skinner has publicly posed in a MAGA cap, called Donald Trump's Vice President J.D. Vance a proper gent, and insists he's simply flying his flag and loving his country. For some, that's harmless patriotism. For others, it's a red flag. Critics accuse him of dragging divisive politics onto the dance floor, a place traditionally reserved for glitter, gossip, and lighthearted fun. And then came the press conference tantrum. Proof, in the eyes of many, that Skinner simply isn't cut out for the Strictly spotlight. But here's the twist. Hours before the meltdown, BBC Director General Tim Davie defended the decision to cast Skinner. Speaking to MPs, he said, "That was not my decision, that was the production team." Clearly, we wouldn't take anyone whose views are beyond the pale. But that's not the case here. In other words, Skinner's in. And despite frantic crisis meetings, sources say he's being kept in the lineup. Strictly, it seems, has decided to roll the dice. So who is Thomas Skinner, really? Born in Romford, privately educated, Skinner first hit TV screens in 2019 on The Apprentice. Brash, cocky, and endlessly enthusiastic, he became known for his Bosch catchphrase. He didn't win, but he made enough of an impression to build a personal brand. Since then, he's dabbled in business ventures, a gym, a betting company, motivational speeches. He's billed himself as a modern-day Del Boy, a geezer who grafts, hustles, and makes things happen. But his past is complicated. In 2011, he was arrested for handling stolen goods, nearly 5,000 tubes of Body Shop cleanser. He's admitted to being arrested several times when he was younger, and says he's turned his life around since. He's been stabbed, he's written a book about his mistakes, and he regularly speaks to schools about knife crime. So yes, he's colorful, he's chaotic, and he's controversial. Exactly the kind of figure Strictly producers love because he gets people talking. But is he right for the show? That's where things get tricky. Strictly has always been about safe, familiar faces. Soap stars, comedians, athletes, celebrities you can root for with your nan on a Saturday night. Even the wild cards, like Ed Balls or Ann Widdecombe, were chosen for entertainment value, not controversy. Skinner is different. He's divisive. He brings baggage. And with every step he takes on that dance floor, the show risks becoming a political circus instead of a family escape. Just look at the fan reaction. Social media is flooded with calls to boycott. Some viewers insist they won't watch as long as Skinner's in the lineup. Others are intrigued, tuning in just to see what chaos he'll cause. For the BBC, it's a gamble. Ratings gold or reputational disaster. And then there's the man himself. Skinner insists he's doing strictly for his mum, who loves the show. He says he's representing pint-drinking, kebab-eating dads with beer bellies. And on Instagram, he posted about his first rehearsal, laughing and joking with his dance partner. By his own account, he loved it. So which Skinner will the audience get? The fun, cheeky, chappy-cracking jokes in the rehearsal room? Or the furious figure storming out of press events, snatching phones and triggering crisis talks? What makes this story so explosive is that Strictly begins in just over a week. The lineup is locked, the posters are printed, the glitterball is polished. There's no going back now. That means for up to 12 long weeks, Thomas Skinner will have the floor. Viewers will watch him dance, laugh, argue, maybe even transform. Or maybe he'll unravel in front of millions, dragging Strictly's reputation down with him. Either way, it's box office. And let's not forget, in today's world, reality TV can make or break political careers. Boris Johnson used Have I Got News for You as his launchpad. Nigel Farage reinvented himself on I'm a Celebrity. For Thomas Skinner, Strictly could be the ultimate platform. A chance to soften his image, charm the public, and position himself for bigger things. Or it could be the disaster that ends his ambitions once and for all. So, what should we expect when the glitterball lights up? Expect fireworks. Expect headlines. Expect every dance to be scrutinized, every interview dissected, every meltdown magnified. Because like him or loathe him, Thomas Skinner has ensured one thing. Strictly 2025 won't be business as usual. The nation will be watching, some with excitement, some with dread, but watching all the same. So what do you think? Should Strictly have axed Thomas Skinner after his press conference tantrum? Or is the controversy exactly what the show needs to stay relevant? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more deep dives into the biggest celebrity dramas and TV scandals. Because when Thomas Skinner steps onto that dance floor, the story is only just beginning.